This is Michelle Obama's speech. With your help, let me announce. Let me start. I want to start by thanking Elaine. Elaine, thank you so much. We are so grateful for your family's service and sacrifice, and we will always have your back. Over the past few years as First Lady, I have had the extraordinary privilege of traveling all across the country. And everywhere I've gone, and in the people I've met, and the stories I've heard, I've seen the very best of American spirit. I have seen it in the incredible kindness and warmth that people have shown me and my family, especially our girls. I have seen it in teachers in near bankrupt school district who vowed to keep teaching without pay. I have seen it in people who become heroes at a moment's notice, diving into harm's way to save others, flying across the country to put out a fire, driving for hours to build our flooded town. I have seen it in our men and women in uniforms and our proud military families, in wounded warriors who tell me they are not just gonna walk again, they are going to run, and they are going to run marathon. In the young man blinded by a bomb in Afghanistan who said simply, I would give my eyes 100 times again to have the chance to do what I have done, or what I can still do. Every day, the people I met inspire me. Every day, they make me proud. Every day, they remind me how blessed we are to live in the greatest nation on earth. Serving as your First Lady is an honor and a privilege, but back when we first came together 4 years ago, I still had some concern about this journey we began. While I believed deeply in my husband's vision for this country, I was certain he would make an extraordinary president. Like any mother, I was worried about what it meant for our girls if he had got that chance. Now, how would they keep them grounded under the glare of the national spotlight? How would they feel being uprooted from their school, their friends, and the only home they had ever known? See our life before moving to Washington would fill with simple joys. Saturday a soccer game, Sunday at grandma's house, and the date night for Barack and me was either dinner because as an exhausted mom, I couldn't stay awake for both. And the truth is, I love the life we had built for our girls, and I deeply love the man I had built that life with, and I didn't want that to change if he became president. I loved Barack just the way he was. You see, even back then, when Barack was a senator and a presidential candidate, to me, he was still the guy who picked me up for our dates in the car that was so rusted out. I could actually see the pavement going by in a hole in the passenger side door. He was the guy whose proudest possession was a coffee table he had found in a dumpster, and whose only pair of decent shoes was half a size too small. But see, when Barack started telling me about his family, now that's when I knew I'd find a kindred spirit, someone whose values and upbringing was so much like mine. You see, Barack and I were both raised in families who didn't have much in the way of money and material possession, but who had given us something far more valuable: their unconditional love, their unflinching sacrifice, and the chance to go places they had never imagined for themselves. My father was a pump operator at the city water plant. He was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and my brother and I were so young. And even as a kid, I knew there was plenty of days when he was in pain. I knew that were plenty of mornings and would struggle for him to simply get out of bed. But every morning I watched my father wake up with a smile, grab, grab his walker, prop himself up against the bathroom sink, and slowly shaved and buttoned his uniform. And when he returned home after a long day's work, my brother and I would stand at the top of the stairs of our little apartment, patiently waiting to greet him, watching as he reached down to lift one leg and then the other, to slowly climb his way to our arms. But despite the challenges, my dad hardly ever missed a day of work. He and my mother were determined to give me and my brother the kind of education they could only dream of. And when my brother and I finally made it to college, nearly all of our tuition came from student loans and grants, but my father still had to pay a tiny portion of that tuition himself, and every semester he was determined to pay that bill right on time, even taking out loans when he fell short. He was so proud to sending his kids to college, and he made sure we never missed out a registration deadline because his check was late. You see, for my dad, that's what it meant to be a man. Like so many of us, that was the measure of his success in life. Being able to earn a decent living that allowed him to support his family. And as I got to know Barack, cái gì?